Hello. Um, I am Evenah Johnson, and I have to talk about the progress that has happened since my consultation with Minister Jew, the imagination guru. Um, so my consultation was back August 2nd. And but let's start with what was going on with me. How I even got to know this brother was through my husband. My husband um, found this gentleman and shared a video with me. And the video was about this sister who was experiencing basically the exact same thing I'm experiencing, was experiencing. And it was extreme heavy bleeding. She couldn't walk without getting tired, um, often winded, often dizzy, all kind of strange ailments due to basically hemorrhaging. So I'm watching this video and I'm like, okay, so what's in the water? What's going on? Why is this a thing happening to us now? Because I never heard of this level of bleeding. For me, I have been consistently and constantly bleeding since May 5th, 2022. So at the time, about 15 months, almost 15 months in, when I actually had the consultation with Minister Jew, um, in between time, I have tried some of everything. I mean, from regular medical doctors, Chinese herbalists, spiritual practitioners. I mean, I've tried everything, herbalists, I mean, everything. And I saw very minimal results. Like it might last a hot minute and then it's right back to where it was if it didn't come back with a vengeance. So I spoke with Minister Jew and he gave me a recommendation on specifically what to imagine. Now, I'm not unfamiliar with the power of imagination. I'm very clear on that. But with the power of imagination I've done beforehand, nothing was working. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? But he gave me, oh my gosh, the element in imagination is more than just seeing yourself healed, but to be able to see certain functions being activated in your body. It's one thing to have like a general, I am healed, right? But to actually narrow down to the specific point of what's going on and command in your imagination for it to be in the way you want it to be. So he gave me that formula and I did it every day, still do it. And let me tell you, I went from heavy bleeding, like what you call those cans of cranberry sauce, amounts of clotting that used to come out of me, heavy waterfalls of I'm not trying to be vulgar or disgusting or anything, but um just to illustrate the kind of things I have been going through for well over a year. Extreme, well, pains, it was very seldom. But when the pains did hit, boy, I was out for the count. It was worse than labor, being in labor pains, giving birth. So I went from having those extreme physical pains and also the dizziness and can't walk from one end of a car to another without being winded and about to fall out. The back pains that's associated with this. Um, the dizzy spell, standing up, can't stand up for 3 seconds without being woozy and beginning to to rock and rotate back and forth like you're about to fall out. I went from all of that to, yes, I'm still bleeding, but it is nowhere near that kind of stress. Like barely any clots. The amount of blood that comes out is very light. It's nowhere near it. And like if I have like 2 or 3 months straight of bleeding, then I might have like 3 days of rest and then I'm right back to extreme bleeding. Now, I think since August, I have had, well, August and this month, September, about averaging about a week and a half per month, last month and this month, of rest from bleeding. So it's dissipating. I can tell that it's whatever has been happening, it's subsiding now. And that's because I've used my own power of imagination and I still do it. And I'm continuing to do it until I'm regulated. I I can walk. I can without feeling like I'm about to fall out, without feeling dizzy, without feeling sick. Um, I don't have those pains in my hands where if not enough blood is flowing through your veins, the veins contract. And it used to be very hard for me to hold things. Like it would be hard for me to hold my cell phone. It'll fall out my hand. It could be painful. Now I can hold stuff. That's not a problem. Um, I owe so much to Minister Jew for teaching me that method. And I apologize for such a late response in sending this review, but I have to let him know how grateful I am for that. I would love for anybody who is experiencing any type of physical ailments or actual whatever that you're going through in your life. Um, Even before I met Minister Jew, I know the power of imagination is powerful, but the way in which he teaches it and the way in which he shows you to what to actually focus on versus like the broader sense. He actually shows you how to really look at a certain thing in a different way. Man, that is y'all need to reach out to Minister Jew and get that help. I promise you, you will see some great results. And I'm very grateful for what Minister Jew has done for me. Thank you so much, Minister Jew, for your help and your time, your precious time, and counseling and with your consultation with me.